Do me a favor and just look at me and tell me you don't want to give me just a big giant hug right now. I am so comfortable in this. I don't look the best, but ooh, I'm a giant marshmallow right now. Yo, what's going on, everybody? Hope y'all are doing well. This is a quick video because I want to update you guys on the 6-year anniversary annual video, whatever you want to call it, that I made a few days ago. And let me just start off by saying that if you guys want any sort of pick-me-up throughout the day, or you're feeling like society, humans in general, are just scumbags of creatures, just do me a favor and look through the comments in that video. They don't pertain to you. They only pertain to me. Maybe they pertain to you if you're a YouTuber struggling with my specific issues and have been for the exact amount of time. But the support, it's I don't know what I did to deserve you guys, genuinely, but it's crazy, you know. Like, this is the viewer base that we have right here in front of us is something that, you know, I always strive for, and it's really good to know. You guys reminded me to not knock on myself so much. I don't think I did all that much, but you guys, it definitely gave me some really kind words of advice and just kind reassurances that I'm okay. And I really appreciate that. You know, I've been around YouTube for a long time, and I mean, I still stumble around videos that I don't even remember filming. It's like, damn, I did that, huh? Like, that was a thing. And wow, I've been consistent for this long. And it's like, you guys were really good on that. And there was also some other comments that were really key on advice as well, because there were a few people that had mentioned that it seemed like the video was me projecting that I was requesting advice, which wasn't necessarily the case. But I would definitely take any advice you guys want to give me with open arms. That's 100% invited. And you guys definitely did give me a lot of advice. And it's really cool. And so here's what I'm gathering from that. Just a couple of things. First off, I read through every single comment. This is just a side note. I read through almost every single comment on there. There was only like maybe a couple people, like I'm talking literally 2 or 3 people that were not nice or just very blunt and rude. And it's like, compare the ratio of the amount of comments, it's insane. And I read through so many of them because there were ones with like psychological advice, real world advice, open mind advice. You know, and there's other people that have been longtime supporters of me that also felt like there was something that had been off. Like, I just want to read out this specific comment right here for a second. I don't know if you guys know my following, like if you're a follower on here or you comment, if you know other people, but what you expect is a guy who's been around for ages. Holy shit, Brandon. This is probably the best 6-year video you could have ever made. I've watched since HTM and stuck around not just for the content, but the powerful spark you had put into it. Then sometime 1 to 2 years ago, something just changed. I started to notice that you broke a bunch of promises you made, but I didn't really think of it much back then. But later on, I became skeptical about every single idea you had for your channel that you shared. If I went back in time and told myself that I would stop getting excited seeing that you upload a new video, I wouldn't believe it, because of the undeniable passion you put into your content. I couldn't have asked for a better annual update video. If you could somehow gain back that spark that you once had for making content, you really could put out more videos, spend more time on them, get more views, but most importantly, enjoy the process as you once did. Even if you were able to conjure up a fraction of the passion you once had for content creation, things would certainly turn around for the better. I'd like to end this comment with a genuine thank you. A thank you for telling us that you want to get that spark back, that you want to ensure that when you look back in your career in the future, this will be barely a roadblock to you. Unlike a lot of your other update videos, this was the most genuine one you've ever made. Thank you. Thank you, Brendan. It's been a long while since you made my day truly better, and I think that streak just ended today. I mean, I don't cry at a lot of things in life. I don't know why I don't. God didn't put that gene in me or whatever the trait is, but I really should have cried reading that. I almost did. Thank you, what you expect. And that comment kind of sums up, by the way, bad words. That comment kind of sums up what the majority of you guys had to say. And there was also a couple other comments. They were very long ones, and I don't have them, unfortunately. You know who you are, and I thank you so much. That said that a really good way of getting back into this sort of thing, it would be to make content creation a habit again. Because something I think that happened was when I lost my upload streak, the fabled Rocket League video back when I was in my apartment, my first apartment, right after I had moved out, it was heartbreaking. And I had lost my upload streak for like 2 years, you know, consistently uploading before midnight every day. And I was 5 minutes late, and it was like, you know, shit. And I think what happened with me then is I started using that as an excuse. Like 5 days later, I didn't feel like getting a video out. And it's like, I already broke my upload streak and, it wouldn't be that bad to miss another day. And then now we're here. Everything kind of spiraled down, trickled down from that point. And I think taking the time to literally make content creation a habit for me would be a goal of mine. So something that I want to do is I want to upload straight, completely straight for 21 days in a row. Because when you try and form a habit as a human being, our minds, it usually takes around 2 to 3 weeks to actually form that habit where it becomes muscle memory and it's something that you start doing, but you have to do it every day so your mind trains that. If you have a couple of days where you start missing out on things, your brain's going to think, okay, it's not that high a priority, I'm not going to learn it. You know what I mean? It's like driving every day for 21 days. You need to because you have to get familiar with a car on the road. You know what I'm saying? If you want to learn the piano, you got to practice it pretty close to 21 days in a row to get that habit. Otherwise, you're not really going to ever sink your teeth into it. I think YouTube content creation, recording videos is that thing for me. And another thing that someone also said too was that humans are very good at psyching themselves out. And a lot of people were thinking that my whole messing up with my face cam and stuff like that for the longest time, as I addressed in the video, I've been changing up my face cam so much more than actually recording content. I think it's my way of tricking my mind into being satisfied or preoccupying myself with other things, but not solving the core problem, right? Kind of like how someone put it, eating, like binge eating when you're sad. You're just doing that as a reflex to satisfy your sadness, but you're not actually fixing the problem, right? So I think that's kind of the thing that I need to avoid is I got to stop messing with my setup. I got to leave everything as it is and just sit down and film and get that, bare bones back into it. So the point of this video is not to promise that I'm going to upload 21 days in a row or promise that I'm not going to mess with my camera, because I'm not going to do that. I told you guys I'm not going to promise anymore. I'm just going to do what I do and not swear by anything. Obviously, you guys know that this is what I'll be trying to do to get back in that groove. But if I fail, just understand, I'm not making any promises to you. And I already know in my mind what I need to do, because this was... I don't mean to be cheesy and be like, oh, we put out a 6-year video and suddenly everything's better. No, I'm probably still going to be a shitty YouTuber for the next few months, I would imagine. I can't just break 2 years of a bad habit and bad lying and broken promises and all that sort of stuff just instantaneously because of some comments. I need to work on myself. And I've been doing really well on that. The fact that I actually started working out again. The past 2 weeks, I've been doing really well in working out, trying to balance that. The last thing I want to say in this video, though, is don't expect any videos from me over the next 2 or 3 days. It's very counterproductive to what I just said, but I am going to take just a quick little leave of absence, because if I'm going to sit down and really get back in this grind, there's a bulletin board outside my door that Kara and I both share of a list of things, major things that we need to do for the house. Things on my end regard things like plumbing, going to the dump. What are some other things that you don't even know, like installing a fence, like bigger things, right? Fully cleaning the bedroom, stuff like that. Our house is not the cleanest right now, and I want to fix that before it's a health hazard. And there's some big things that I need to get done soon, and probably better than later, just so I can clear my head. So I'm going to distance myself from the computer almost entirely over the next few days, just so I can get in a good position and get my mind healthy. Because, Kara and I are a tag team in this house, and it's not really fair that I'm sitting on my computer trying to record a lot of videos while there's a bulletin board of a lot of shit that I need to get done that's also affecting her. And that's not saying that I can't sit down and work ever, because I have been, but I want to just knock it all out of the park. And I know that I can if I don't distract myself with work and stress myself out. Because this whole thing is really just like trying to contain my stress and not get overwhelmed by YouTube and think that's a major thing. Because honestly, YouTube is easy if you know what you're doing. And I know what I'm doing. I need to stop overcomplicating it. You know what I mean? I'm going to take his glasses off now. Give me a bit of a headache. Thank you guys for watching. Bit of a rambling video. TLDR is I'm working on it. You guys gave me some great ideas that I'm going to try out. Not promising anything, but just know that I'm there and know that it feels so good to have this beautiful community behind me. I don't know where you guys came from, man, but I think Yeah, I talked about it before, but I've always kind of treated my content very similar to how I've grown. You know, like if I was 16, 17 years old creating content, I likely made content for people around that age, maybe a bit younger. And now that I'm 21, it's like, okay, well, you know, the filter's off. Who fucking cares about cursing? It's like, you know, I'm right. Sorry. I was uncalled for. I apologize. Such an idiot. I don't know. I like the fact that I've been able to grow with you guys. And I think for me, my biggest key on YouTube to myself is trying to keep my long-term viewers by me and not push them away for new ones. And I think that's something that I've done really well. And I know that, you know, it doesn't return the highest view count, but I mean, look back in the 6-year video and just see the amount of people that were just being incredibly gracious, you know? I'm not saying everybody on that video still watches me. There's a lot of people that don't enjoy Arc or PixArc, don't enjoy my content anymore, just don't have time for YouTube. And if that's the case, that's fine. You're still here supporting me, and that means the world, you know? Like, Jesus Christ. Thank you for sticking around by me for so long. I promise you, I am only 21 years old. I am still a young child. And as long as I still love video games, and as long as I still love playing, you know, like recording and talking, which I do, I got another good few years of YouTube in me. Long as my physical body keeps up, thing I'll keep saying, I'll be here until I literally cannot sit at a computer and commentate anymore. Hopefully that time won't come soon. Thanks for watching. Take care. Catch you all back next time. Cheers! If I slouched it all in the video, I did just get dick. If I slouched it all in the video, I did just get got.